really more like Norman Rockwell's peak. There was consequences for things. Now everyone's treated like a Catholic priest. They're just reshuffled to a new area.
It's about to be a really long day.
Like this chick who has sympathy for pedophiles who just got hired by John Hopkins. I mean, this is fucking insane. This is fucking insane, dog. This woman who used to work at Old Dominion, right? She was fired from Old Dominion. She was fired because of the backlash about her comments advocating for pedophiles, again, to have their name changed from pedophile to minor attracted person. Because Alan Walker, and it's spelled Alan, Allyn, because this guy used to be a girl. I think she is a girl, but might identify as a guy. I don't think she's transitioned. I can't tell. She was forced to resign after she defended, he. I apologize. Jesus Christ. He. All right. Fucking he. After he. It's a woman, but it's he. Defended minor attracted persons. I mean, dude, this is just it's an insane. Dude, this is John Hopkins. I mean, this is where, like, I hate to say this, Jared, because you're 24, but this is a scary time, man. Like, I don't know what institution is beyond reproach. I don't know whose reputation is not being damaged by some of the decisions they make right now. This is really tough, dude. This one's really tough. Because here's my stance on this. Alan Walker was saying that there shouldn't be this stigma against pedophiles because they can't help it. And a lot of pedophiles don't actually abuse kids. So they should not be considered pedophiles. They should be empathetically referred to as minor attracted persons. Here's the deal, sir. Alan, someone who I assume doesn't have kids, because I'm not going to judge your life by your profession, but I'm definitely going to judge it by your fucking haircut. And I know that you are not someone who enjoys having family dinner with your kids. Okay? You're dedicated to your work. I'll just say it that way. Some things deserve a stigma, no matter what. It's not a perfect world. Some people are born bad. Psychopaths are bad. Whether they're murdering people or not, they want to, and that's bad. Some of them become CEOs and they don't murder, but they're only not murdering because they weren't hit or abused by their parents, and or they don't want to go to jail, so they take out their aggression in other ways by dumping chemicals in the Hudson River for the corporation that they run because they don't give a fuck, and then 50 years later, everyone in Fort Edward, New York gets cancer. Okay? Should we have called that person not a psychopath? Maybe we should have called them a PAP. A psychotic attracted a murder attracted person. The fuck are you talking about? Some things deserve a stigma, whether the person deserved it or not. Nature's imperfect. Guess what? That's a fucking crocodile. It doesn't want to eat me per se for any moral reason, but it will. But it fucking will. And it's not a bad thing. You're not going, oh, that's a bad crocodile. That is an immoral crocodile. It's a fucking crocodile. That's where we're headed, dude. Pretty soon they're going to be called big snapping turtles. Big, fun-loving, snapping turtles. This is insanity in motion. And it almost breaks my heart a little bit that this is John Hopkins University has hired this person who has this, who I guess wrote this dissertation. I don't know what, this is her position. We're excited to share that Alan Walker, spelled, used to be Allison, probably it's spelled Allyn, will be joining the Moore Center as a postdoctoral fellow of the Moore Center for Prevention of Child Sexual Abuse. So I guess their position is she's going to work with these pedophiles because part of what her thing was that they should be given, listen to this part, they should be given child dolls to abuse, to redirect. You know what that means to me? That's like terrorists on the monkey bars.
Something to practice on?
That sounds like, when you're an MMA fighter and they give you that pad and you get to practice your ground and pound, your ground game. That's what that sounds like to me. I don't think that's going to fix it. See, this is someone who thinks she can fix it. She thinks she can fix it. When some things are not fixable. You're not going to fix it. I'll say that with authority and call it arrogance if you want. I'll emphatically support. There he is, by the way.
They.
They're they. Oh, they. So,
Yeah.
so wait, her pronouns are they?
Yeah, they.
Okay, it's they. Okay. So it is they, actually. He's not even making a joke. I mean, this is insanity, dog. So one of the things she advocated for is that type of therapy. So that's one of the things she advocates for, is giving them dolls to abuse so they don't abuse real people. This is that type of thing of renaming the inmates or putting people out on bail. It's like, it's really nuts. And of course, this doesn't affect her because I assume, she's not interested in having any kids.
Not with that haircut.
I'm sorry.
Not with that haircut, unless they're
I
trying to
said
have
she,
kids
I
with someone on the
apologize.
WWE tour.
Yeah.
They wrote a book.
They wrote a book. And by they, I mean, I'm just trying to look out for those people who are confused, who think that a lot of people wrote the book.
Long, dark shadow, minor attracted people.
Minor attracted people. So we're going to change inmates to incarcerated person and pedophiles to minor attracted people. It's never ending, man. And
You can buy it on Amazon.
you can buy it on Amazon. There it is. A long, dark shadow, minor attracted people and their pursuit for dignity. There's no end to empathy either. There's no end to up, but guess what? There's no end to empathy either. You can always just keep going. Keep going. Who's thinking about them? Who cares? Who cares? Good luck.
Is it possible to soften the title but not soften how people think about a certain group in society? Like, is it possible that we can call pedophiles minor attracted people, but we can also know the danger that they possess? Because with the inmate thing...
Well, we do that now. They have to sign a registry.
Yeah.
So they all have to be identified.
Yeah, but is it possible that we could still have that balance of like, oh, they're not really bad, so I'm going to grant them, calling them something else, but I also know what they truly can do, what they possess? Is that possible?
I don't know what your question is. I'm trying to, Jesse, are you understanding?
Is it possible to like do what they're suggesting, but also understand that it's not everything that they are suggesting. Is it possible to come to a balance with this?
It's the same thing you can do with a crocodile. I think the crocodile analogy is very apt, actually.
Yeah.
You can go, this thing won't necessarily eat you, but you want to know how it won't eat you?
Okay.
By staying away from it.
So we need a Steve Irwin for pedophiles.
Yes, because it will eat you. That's its nature. Its nature is to eat you. So you can call it what you want, but I suggest whatever you call it, you know that the kid knows that there's a stigma attached to it, so the kid stays away.
Yeah.
You don't want your kid, you don't want to teach your, this is what she wants, for kids to go, that's just a minor attracted person. They're not necessarily bad.
Yeah, no.
They can be over for dinner. Fuck that. I'm sorry. It's like, look, tornadoes and tsunamis happen also. What is John Hopkins going to hire someone to try and rebrand tsunamis? People are going to die in tsunamis. People are going to die in volcano explosions. How do we disarm these volcanoes?
Yeah.
Whether you call them a map or a pedophile, it doesn't matter. What people should object to is what she's trying to do, which is she's trying to destigmatize something that I think by reason standard deserves the stigma.
Mm-hmm.
Deserves the stigma. Whether they act on it or not, you deserve the stigma. You want to live with dignity? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What do you want me to do about it? You know what? I don't want to know about puppies being killed also because there's too many dogs and they're overpopulated. What am I going to do? Take them all in? I mean, this is just people who don't live in the real world, man. You don't live in the fucking real world. Are we going to not, are they not going to register? Are minor attracted people not going to register? No, they're not. They're going to have her book is all about these methods to kind of treat it, right? So give them these dolls, you know, it's like, I guess, try that. How about put them on fucking Greenland and keep them there? That would be good too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should shoot him in the back of the head. I feel like the movie in Goodfellas. I'm sorry. That was a terrible... I know he's your friend. I apologize. But, you know, he's scaring me is all I'm saying. He's scaring me is what I'm saying, Paulie. This guy scares me. You know this guy. All right. Let's see what we can do about the restaurant business. What else does it say in this article? Let's see how it spins it. Other contentious claims made by the professor suggest that pedophiles should also... be provided with a childlike sex doll. I mean, Jesus Christ, to satisfy their urges, and that the sex crime was not immoral. It is immoral. Whether you're doing it on a child doll or not, it's immoral, man. Okay? It's immoral. By definition, it's immoral.
Yeah.
A little child cannot consent. So you're doing it to a doll who is the replica, the effigy of a child. And what that child is an innocent child who's pre-sex decision, you know, should be living in a sex-free environment of adults. And they believe pedophiles don't choose who they're attracted to, so it shouldn't be considered moral. Well, good. Look, psychopaths don't choose to be psychopaths. They know that too, right? Also, that's not entirely true, actually. It's a intricate combination of nature and nurture, right? For sociopaths, and I'm sure for a lot of child molesters. I'm sure there's a lot of child molesters who were also molested when they were a kid, and I bet you some of them weren't, and they still molest. I don't think there's an umbrella way to understand it. It's less stigmatizing than terms like pedophile. No, you know, because here's the thing. The term is not the thing. The word is not the thing that's stigmatizing. It's how people look at it, how people use it. And you can call them minor attracted people if you want. People are going to stigmatize that too, because nobody's going to want them coming over when their kids are there. No matter what you do, they're going to be stigmatized. It's never going to be okay, except at your dumb house. And that's fine. Go put that shit someplace and you go fucking hang out with them.
Yeah. Now all you're doing is creating the slur for pedophiles. Oh, here come the maps.
Yeah. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. No, I think it means somebody who's into kids. That's what I think it means. Yeah. And it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attraction towards minors. This is bullshit, man. This is total bullshit. I'll sum it up in one word. She's trying to destigmatize something that should be stigmatized. It's actually moral and good for society to stigmatize it. She's caring about the fucking pedophiles, but not thinking about the fucking kids who are at risk from these people being out in society. Fuck you, you monster bitch. Speaking as a fucking parent. This is bullshit, man. And John Hopkins, fuck you. And ODU, you did the right thing, but you did the wrong thing for allowing this shit in the first place. Our fucking institutions are fucking crumbling, dude. This is nonsense. They're not doing this shit over in other places. This is fucking nonsense. This is fucking, you have to draw the line fucking somewhere. Guess where I draw it? Pedophiles. I'm open to everything else except fucking pedophiles and psychopaths who kill. How about that? Mm-hmm. Jesus fucking Christ. But here we are. How has society failed you, pedophile? How has society failed you? They've stigmatized you? Oh, my God. We are so sorry. And I know you're worried because you're sitting on this podcast and you're 24. But I will assure you, every single thing I've said is fucking objectively true and will never not be true.
No, I believe it.
I guarantee you that. I don't get it, dog. You know, this is the type of shit that happened in ancient Greece. It happened in the Ottoman Empire. It happened in Rome. Slowly, they started to destigmatize this stuff. And guess what happens next?
Yeah.
Guess what happens next? Guess what happens next? There's an adult walking down the street with some 6-year-old. They do it now in some other countries. I won't say what kind of countries because I don't want a fatwa. But there's certain countries still where you can fucking marry a child in certain places that are that and otherwise. There's certain places in the world where it's totally fine. And guess what? It happens. It used to be more okay. But guess what was also okay? Slavery. People used to think that was okay. It's not okay. You know? A 35-year-old man marrying a 12-year-old is not okay. We've progressed past that. We know why it's not okay. Because the 12-year-old is 12. Doesn't want that shit. It's not, the 12-year-old's not at an age where it can fucking say whether it wants it or not. And here, I'm grateful for the outpouring of support among the 80. Here's the thing, though. We're at a point where there's just no, and that's part of the problem, too, is that there's no conversation that can happen here. There's no conversation. She's made her conclusions. Her community's made her conclusions. People who agree with what I'm saying have made their conclusions. They happen to be right. But there's no, it's like the way I felt at Montreal, too. It's a very strange thing that's happened now where it's like, let's just stay away from each other because there's no, you know, you're not reasonable. Maybe that's made me unreasonable. I don't know. But like, there's nothing to do here except go. And that's why I know we're at the point where we're going to have a total breakdown because like, there's nothing like ODU is supporting this. They're supporting it. So, you know, John Hopkins is supporting it. At some point, ODU is supporting. At some point, John Hopkins, which is a lofty institution of fucking science and medicine, is supporting this shit. And you're going, look, at this point, fuck you. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Is anything I'm saying out of line, Jesse? You're the adult in the room.
That's a weird hill to die on. I don't know why you would put your research into this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think the conclusion is clear. There's certain people who want to fuck kids, and those people should be stigmatized. I know they're upset about it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know? I know you're upset about it. I would be upset about it too. I would be upset about it too if I was born wanting to fuck kids. If they're born wanting to fuck kids, and that's what research shows. Guess what else I'd be upset about? If I was born with no legs. You know? I'd be upset about that too. Guess what? I'd be upset if went outside and got hit by a bus. I'd be upset about that too. I'd also be upset about the fact if someone murdered my friend. I'd be upset about that too. But shit happens because life can be cruel. And you were born a pedophile, that's cruel. You want to fuck kids. Guess what? You know what the thing that's going to stop them is? Stigmatization. Because they want to do it. They want to do it. They want to do it. Now, did you hear what I just said? Because it's the truth. The only thing that will stop them is a hostile environment to them doing that thing.
Yeah.
Right? Criminals want to do crime. The only thing that's going to stop them is a hostile environment to them doing crime. Some people like crime, dog. I know a few. And you talk to them, you're like, their brain's just different than mine. They're into it. They're fucking into it. They enjoy it. They get off on it. So good luck. Good luck.